Hello all, I'm playing more Megabonk. Please join me in conversating and playing. I post every day of me talking about mental health, playing games, talking about ADHD since I have it and it's affected my life in not the best way, using it to just decompress, conversate, talk things out, because sometimes my brain gets very wiry and I might not know exactly what's going on, but whenever I talk it out, it really helps me to put some things together. um, because I kind of had a little bit of a spiral and kind of wanted to talk about it. And I try to be more vulnerable on my Megabonk, videos. Um, and that just means I might do the ADHD thing where I'm like all over the place when it comes to talking about subjects and might not stick to one thing. hmm Sorry to drink my drink. I'm drinking a Coke Zero. Or like stick to one topic, and that can be kind of hard. I've been dealing with, like today, I'm dealing with some tiredness and lethargy, and maybe it's because of having worked this week and it being the weekends finally, and just, you know, that kind of tiredness. I don't know. So that's kind of where I want to start. And so I've also talked about in my feelings check in and things, which you should check out. Like, I'm in kind of a money situation where, like, I have to be more responsible with money. I really have to be more responsible and like trying to figure out different ways to make more. I don't know, like grocery, the grocery delivery stuff. Oh no, that's what I'm trying to do. Ooh, okay. That the first part is the hardest part. Trying to gain some momentum. But please indulge me as I try to talk this out. Hopefully, it encourages people. And I also, through my feelings check-ins, want to like teach people how to kind of mentally dissect. And I want to teach myself too. That's what I'm doing through these things. Like, kind of have your own system of therapy. I don't know. It's not saying it's therapy, but having your own ways of like your own tools to help you to, hmm, like to help you to like divide your thoughts. So, first thing that happened was I was signing up for Sparks, which is a grocery delivery app. My parents do it sometimes, so I was like, well, why don't I do it? And I was doing good. Did the driver's license thing, did all the things, and then it was like, okay, your social security card. I'm like, okay, we need a picture of that, and I was like, okay, I had that social security card a couple days ago. It's gone. I don't know where it is, and it was in my wallet phone. I have a wallet phone so that I don't lose anything and everything's just with me. Like, literally tried to keep everything together. Like, my keys and my badge are on the same thing, which is an original idea, but I just combine everything together. I don't know why I keep dying. I combine everything together to just so I don't lose anything. And so when I found that I couldn't find it, I spiraled. I started praying, I was crying. I was like, Lord, I can't live like this anymore. I spiraled because I was thinking about how just not put together my life is, how I'm having this money issue, like these money issues. Um, I had to delay school even though I have one semester left. How I'm not responsible with money, how I'm not responsible with myself, how I'm just so tired, and how I'm doing my exercises and everything, but I still lack motivation. And like, I was having a spiral like these medications aren't working, they're not doing this or that, and I had to remind myself like, the medications are a tool, they're not a cure-all. Um, and also I was hungry. I'm not gonna lie, I was hungry, and I did get DoorDash. What, like, just to remind people, my goals. I have three goals for every day: exercise, keep my room clean, like throw the trash away, don't get DoorDash, or like maintain financial stability. I did that yesterday, but I did not do it today. I just kind of caved and broke. And after I ate, I felt a little better. Like literally hopped right on here after I ate. So I will say that did make me feel better. I was hangry. I didn't know it. And I was lethargic because of it. Sometimes I get lethargic and don't know why. And just, I need to drink more water too. That's what I need to do. But then I get frustrated that there's all this stuff you have to do in life just to maintain yourself. And a friend of mine, she goes like, it's really not that difficult, but in my mind, it's a lot. Like I had a situation this morning where I was late to work because I had an ADHD moment where I didn't prepare my stuff from the day before, and I didn't do everything that needed to get done last night as far as like, you know, getting ready for the night. And I had an ADHD paralysis that morning and I was tired. You combine the two, they're not a good combination. So I was super tired, and it just I texted my boss. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna be late." And also, my car only had 15 miles of gas in it, which is pretty regular. But I knew it meant I had to get gas that morning, which I hate doing. And I had to message my boss and go like, "Hey, I'm gonna be late." And I talked to her about my mental health stuff. So I was like, okay, one thing I'm glad about is that I have the kind of job where I can text my boss and let her know, like, I'm going to be late or I need to flex my time, because just, I hate having to use it. I hate having to ask for accommodations and things, but one thing I'm trying to learn, like, just using every resource and advantage at my disposal. And sometimes you may not feel good, but I have to pick myself up in a way, and make some decisions regarding what I'm gonna do. Like like I talked about it because that's like my passion. I really want to teach other people to do that too, and kind of partner in doing that. Like letting because I literally work with hundreds of people doing that exact thing, like helping them to understand their resources, give them resources, make referrals, things like that. And like, you know, just on a practical level, wanting to help people understand what their resources are. Like, I have a very specific group of people I want to work with. I want to work with like people who just don't know where to start and have issues not knowing where to start. Like people, like not particularly people with ADHD, but people who may have emotional regulation issues, things like that. That's my big dream, to help people in that situation, in those kinds of situations. So like for me, that's what I want to do, and I love picking up momentum and going fast. And that's me right now. Like I was like, wow, I'm going back into my spirals and things, but really it's about how fast I can pick myself up. And I haven't been taking my medicine regularly, so that's my fault as well. And talking this out helps me to realize, like, okay, these things, there are some things that work against me. And, when you're a lady, you have your monthly cycles and things, and being in certain cycles of the month, you just, I know that's TMI, but like, you have problems just, oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Do I have a campfire? Yay. Let me see. Yeah, but some parts of the month just are harder than others, especially if you're a lady. But What was I going to say? I was going to make a point. Um, so thinking about all those things and remembering that those things are a factor, helps me to ease up on myself because I was getting super frustrated. I was beating myself up. I was saying I hate myself, and those are things that I fall into, and it can be kind of hard. And I want it to just, when I do fall into that, I just want it to be a little seasoned. I don't want it to be this thing that I permanently struggle with and this circle of self hate that I can't get out of. Um, but yeah, and I'm trying to think what else. I think that helps me to think through it though, and think through what it could mean and where it could be coming from. Um, I know something I did want to do, like, I like to use this to body double, and I haven't really been doing body doubling things as much as usual, but I have wanted to use it for that, so I kind of want to take a break at some point and do a little body doubling sprint where y'all see me organize my schedule and things, and I kind of wanted to show that and get back to it because I haven't really done that in a minute. It's a long weekend this weekend, so that's one thing that's a blessing. I have time to get some things together and things, but I need to be intentional about how I spend my time, whether I get tired or not, and I have to learn how to do this. So that's something I'm going to do in a little bit, if you will indulge me. Maybe the next time I die. Uh, so I can get my schedule together. I know for today, the main thing I was going to do was sign up for Sparks. Uh, but I don't know where my social security card is, so I was like, oh, I need another plan. And I was like, well, that was a really big, important plan. Like, that's annoying that that got stumbled. And I'm trying to tell myself it's okay, which it is. It's just frustrating. Uh, and I have to do some things I've been holding off on. So, like, transferring my credits and stuff for school. Um, I'm going to keep figuring out ways to make extra money. Uh, things like that. Putting some applications for some little freelancing stuff. Things like that, of that nature. I don't know. I don't know, because, yeah, I just need. One thing that I have to my advantage is time. I have a lot more time than usual to spend. So that's something. And I'm trying to, like, I was just frustrated with myself too, because, I remember someone said when I was listening to a podcast today, it was a Christian podcast, but it's like we spend, um, you know, 4 hours thinking of the promises of evil instead of the promises of God, and we spend like 10 minutes thinking of the promises of God, and it made me think like we spend a lot of time thinking of bad things, but not really thinking on good things. But it made me think how like it's really easy for me to spend my thoughts on feelings of self hate and how things will never get better, and it's really really easy because that's where a spiral starts. Like I have fewer and they're few and far between now, but it just it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to get out of one. Sometimes, like today when I was praying, the thoughts that came to my head was just eat. You're hangry, just eat, because I was crying, y'all. I was like, I can't do this. Life is just too hard. Like, I can't live like this. Um, because like my room is messy again, and that like factors into it too. It messes with my head when my room is messy, and the hard part about The hard part about like these daily goals that I have is you can just drop off. You can just like, it's not like you do it one time or you do it two times and it's okay. Like, I don't know, maybe my room could have a deep clean, which my room has had a deep clean before, but it's not going to last for long. These things, why it frustrates me, like, they're continuous. I have issues with like continuous things that like seem to last forever. Like, I had this realization one day, like, oh, the dishes are, I feel like I'm putting all this effort into washing the dishes, things like that. But the dishes are always going to need to be washed. Um, I'm not melting them like I want to. I don't like that. The room's always going to need to be clean. Exercise is always going to need to be a thing. I'm definitely not anywhere close to my goal weight or where I want to be at. Uh, just things like that, and it's frustrating. Like, finances are going to always need to be, stayed on. Always need to be like stayed on top of. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say in particular, but these goals, they feel kind of far from me. I know they're not, but they just feel that way. And that's the hard part. That's the hard part about these goals. That's the hard part about doing this. And the thing is, these goals are like life. Like, you need, like, for me personally, I talked about how I can't go without exercise. I can't go without, eating protein. And, ooh, I got them. I can't go without, let me see how good I am on time. Okay. I can't go without certain things. And the fact that I can't go without them, that means I have to continuously stay on top of them. Like, I get, life is just, for me personally, and I have a lot of sensory issues too. Like, things bother me. I'm not saying I have anything else besides ADHD. I mean, a friend questioned that I might have ADHD, but like, sorry, my throat's itching literally right as I say that. That's so annoying. That's one of the sensory things that bothers me, but like noise, heat, things like that. Like, I can't work in a hot environment. Uh, just random stuff like that. And I told you that these were going to be random. I feel like I'm talking about very random, off the subject things right now. Sorry, my throat's itching. I'm so frustrated with myself. I left my bag in my car. I really don't feel like getting it. Okay. Alright, but like, it always felt like the world was a very uncomfortable place. Like, certain clothes are very uncomfortable to me. Sounds, noises, things like that. And it just makes life in the world just feel so unlivable for me sometimes. I don't know exactly how to put it. I guess I'm trying to sort it out right here, but that's what I have an issue with, like those things. And I don't know. Those are the things that make me crash out sometimes, just thinking about how, like, I don't know. Like, I will say when I was younger, it was worse because when you're young, you have to do what your parents say. I have to wear what my mom wants me to wear, things like that, and I hated it. I hated it so much. Um, But now that I'm older, I can wear what I want to wear and do what I want to do. But the bad thing about that is I'm only responsible for myself, and it's hard to stay on top of things. Like, literally, this is why my friend doesn't want me to get a second job. Like, literally, life feels like a second job. My job, this is why I've talked about this before. The weekends are hard. The weekends are hard because life does feel like a second job, and trying to just do and be on top of things is difficult for me. Um, and so this is why I started posting and things too, because it made things better and it made things more doable because it felt like I was body doubling or like getting my feelings out. And I really, whatever I have, I just wouldn't wish it on anyone, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't wish feeling this way on anyone because, oop, I died. Okay, let's take a quick break. Let's take a little break. It can be a little feelings check. But, but yeah, I wouldn't wish it on anyone because it's just so frustrating and my brain just feels like such a chaotic place sometimes. Why in the world? Like, move. Oh, okay. Yeah, life can feel like such a chaotic place, and I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought when I was talking. Yeah, anyway, going back to life feeling like a second job. And I think that's why I got frustrated this evening. I was like, oh, I'm not happy that it's the weekends. I know that means that I have things to do. Like, oops, I put the wrong one there. All right, that's for Saturday. I just like to put a bunch of things on here. I just like to see it with my eyes. Hmm. And then when I pray, I like remember. I just remember, like, I know a lot of people don't believe this way, but for me personally, I have experienced God's grace and His taking care of me and just all the good things, and just remembering that, like, He has always had me, and I always feel like I have to take care of myself, I have to do for myself, but that's not the case. It just feels that way. And when I do feel that way and I get lethargic and my energy goes down, because, okay, I'm the kind of person, that's why my medications help so much. Like, they help stabilize my moods, right? When I get tired, I, my tiredness, my burnout, I've mentioned it before, made me feel the life endy thoughts. So that should tell you how I feel about, like, I say I get like really cranky and moody when I'm tired. I hate being tired. I hate it so much. Like, the morning kind of tired is a little different. Like, if I know I can get up, but like if I'm still tired and it's like 10 a.m. like that one day when I could not wake my brain up, then I'm just like, I just get so frustrated, like crazy frustrated. And my medications have helped that. It's helped me to be more awake, I guess, or like being able to manage if I feel a little tired better, and like manage my moods better, which I'm thankful for. Um, and the medications don't always work the way I want them to work, which is what have been getting frustrated about and what I spiraled about. But I think it's okay. Like they're more a tool, and I need to use them as a tool while I'm taking them. It's just a frustrating situation to be in. And so I guess tonight, I don't know. Like I guess I really should just use it to rest and not worry about this stuff. Because when I think about it, I think I want to think that there's like a different kind of burnout that you can get by like thinking about the same thing over and over again. Because I feel burnt out on it just thinking about the second job stuff. And I just know that tomorrow maybe I'll get some sleep and things, and then tomorrow I'll feel better. But like hopping off of work and going straight into thinking about the second job stuff, it's not helpful. It's not counterproductive. It's not good. It doesn't do anything for me. And that's what I have to remember. And usually when I make my list and things, I like freak out because I forget, I forget. Oh, you know what I need to do too? Hold on, where's my life app? Gosh, I love this app. Look how pretty it is. I love this app so much. Um, I gotta do my hair. Well, that would be Tuesday. Just having stuff on a list does make me feel kind of better. It isn't, it's not a cure all, definitely, but it just makes me feel a little better. A little better, I think. Okay. And I get I think, yeah, you know what? I think that's what happened. I think I got frustrated because it's the weekends. I think I got frustrated with life stuff, and it just all crashed on me because, at work I have things to do, and it does get kind of frustrating because I'll have a lot to do. And oddly enough, I'm the person who gets kind of frustrated when I don't have enough to do. So, but it's different. It's different. The way that it affects me. Like work, I feel like work is, depending on how it goes, is more one to one. If that makes sense, it's more one to one in what I'm supposed to do. Because I get aggravated at work. I get kind of aggravated that I'm at work sometimes. I'm like, oh, I'm at work. I gotta work. I got stuff to do. But at the same time, there's comfort in knowing what I have to do, and knowing okay, well, all I have to do is this right now. This is what's on the itinerary for right now. Hold on. Sorry, it was a spam call. I think I'm gonna die. Okay. How good am I on time? Okay. I'm gonna stop for now and probably make this like two parts. Because I kind of want to break it up. But thank you so much for anyone watching this. If have made it this far, you're amazing. I really appreciate you, and I just really hope and pray everything goes well for whoever watches this, and that you have a blessed week. And I'll see you soon. Bye. I'm sorry, I forgot to hit, stop. But my bad. That's embarrassing.